Worldwide Weddings TV, the online TV show of Worldwide Weddings PH. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everyone. Of course, this is your daily habit every 8 o'clock p.m. Worldwide Weddings TV. This episode is brought to you by our wonderful sponsors, starting off with our diamond sponsor, Belmont Hotel Boracay. We also have our another diamond sponsor, which is a shoutout.ph. We have our website partners, bridalfair.ph, virtualexpo.ph, as well as the weddingreviews.com. And ang ating resident delivery concierge, Aja Deliveries, and the business referral organization that's number one in the world. That's BNI Supreme. Hello, hello. Thank you to all of our sponsors. My name is Janae Rabbit, just in case you don't remember me. So I am the professional host, event planner, and certified wedding specialist of Worldwide Weddings PH. So dito sa Worldwide Weddings TV, what we do is we feature different wedding experts nationwide and we learn wedding planning while having fun. So, ang naka-assign sa akin every week is the spotlight. And so we have our special guest for tonight on Spotlight. She is always a delight to be part of our episode. So every season, nakasama na natin siya and I'm sure a lot of our viewers, lalo na yung ating mga bagong mga soon-to-weds, you will learn a lot from this episode as well. Okay, bago ang lahat, etong episode or ang etong Worldwide Weddings is para sa lahat ng mga Pilipino anywhere in the world who is planning to get married in the Philippines. So kung ikaw yon or may kilala ka na ganon, then this is the place para sa'yo. Worldwide Weddings, helping Filipino brides and grooms around the world. All right. So, time check muna tayo saglit. Singapore, 8 o'clock p.m. Dubai, 4 o'clock p.m. UK, 1 o'clock. In the US, 8 a.m. And Australia, 12 midnight. And of course, this show is in alignment with our ongoing online bridal fair. That's Worldwide Weddings Online Bridal Fair since January 5th all the way to March 6th with our interactive virtual expo happening on the last 3 days, which is March 4, 5, and 6. Bonus announcement, there is a virtual party happening on March 6. So that's the culmination of all our activities. And we also have the 100,000 peso grand cash prize. So if you want to have a chance to win 100,000 pesos, ila-flash natin ang ating poster. 100,000 pesos, all you have to do is book any of our suppliers. Of course, this is a DTI registered raffle. Every 1,000 peso purchase is equivalent to one raffle coupon. So make sure that you book your suppliers during this period all the way to March 6th. Okay. Hello to all of our viewers. Please do comment where you guys are watching from and ask your questions, engage. We'd love to hear from you. So, eto na, I want to introduce our guest for tonight. Our wedding expert for tonight has been involved in different types of event management. So she started in an ad agency, continuing in education training school, and finally staying in the event industry. Kaya naman, in the past, no, every time I interview her, parang mararamdaman mo na she's not just a supplier for one thing. She really has a lot of things to share and contribute on other parts of your event. So I think na yung heart niya talaga nasa event. So she is the president of the Tarlac Event Suppliers and the Tarlac Convention and Visitors Bureau, and also a museum practitioner. She is also the regional representative of the Central Luzon Association of Museums for the National Committee on Museums. Yes. And shout out din yon. Na-experience ko na yung museum experience. Yes, last December. Okay, with her experience in the different fields of the event industry, she has poured out her passion, expertise, and knowledge as the center manager of the Aquino Center for almost a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, no other than Miss Karen Nina Laksamana Carrera. Oh, buong buo. Yeah, but before we bring her on stage, I want to show you guys some of the sample works on video. So let's watch this. Right. And there you have it. Wonderful video pictures of the venue. So now let's bring on stage Miss Karen. Hello. Good evening, Miss
Hello,
Karen.
good evening.
Ayan, good
Hi, good
evening to
evening,
you.
Janae.
Ayan, batiin mo muna yung iyong mga mga followers, okay? Mga viewers natin.
Oh,
Say hi to all of them.
good evening sa ating mga taga the whole worldwide weddings audience. Meron bang taga ibang countries tayo ngayong gabi? May meron ba from Italy? From Dubai?
Yeah.
um, hello din sa aking mga co-suppliers, si Ryan, si Che, sila Shan. Tomorrow meron kaming may on-site exhibit kami in Tarlac for about a month in our one of the event venues here one of the um, um, event venues also
Places,
here in
event
Tarlac.
venues.
Yun. One of the
Yes.
convention
Wow.
centers here. Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yun.
So may on-site na actually, yes, there are some bridal fairs that are already on-site, no? So that's great news for everybody. Okay, so
Mm-mm.
Miss Karen, of course, is from the Aquino
Mm-mm.
Center, which is located in Central Luzon. Okay? So for those of you who may be wondering kung nasan ba ang location ng Aquino Center,
Mm-mm.
it's a beautiful place that is in Tarlac. Yes. And guys, pumunta na po ako sa Tarlac. Di ba? Yes, Miss Karen. It was a beautiful experience for us. And if hindi nyo napanood yung episode na yon, we did a live review of that place. You need to check that out. Watch that episode. Okay, so but for tonight, we are going to ask some questions about the Aquino Center so that we can highlight better ano nga ba ang background behind the scene, of the Aquino Center. So my first question for you, Miss Karen, is how did the Aquino Center start as an events place? So yan. So, kasi museum siya, di ba? Hindi ko alam, nauna ba yung museum bago naging venue or venue muna bago naging museum?
So, sabay siya nagkaroon. So, the Aquino Center is comprised of two buildings. We have the museum and we also have the convention center facilities natin,
Mm,
conference facilities natin. So, it was in August 21, 2001 when we inaugurated the center. So, within the center, we have, as I mentioned, we have the museum. At the same time, we had our first wedding, if I'm not mistaken, by one of the relatives of the Aquino and the Coangos. Their very first wedding was held in Aquino Center. Um, Later on, it was since it was one of the it was the biggest actually during that time. It was the biggest, and if it was the biggest, and syempre iba yung in Interlock, of course. The name Aquino is always remembered with related to Ninoy and Cory. So parang there's also this notion na okay, there's it's elegant, mga ganon. So the venue, the grand ballroom, that we had grand ballroom, we have a function room. Uh, it started as there are weddings and baptisms and meron ding mga seminars and trainings. Of course, the Aquino Center is being managed by a non-government organization called the Ninoy and Cory Aquino Foundation. So may mga trainings then for leadership. And so we started there
mm.
also leadership trainings and workshops. So, but of course, mas madami
Mga
yung
social events.
mga social
Yeah.
events. So may mga corporate events din, launching ng mga products, ganun. Pero mas madami talaga yung nagpapakasal.
Oo.
So,
Yes,
so
ituloy
yun,
ang pagmamahal.
yes, 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 yes.
Yes, love wins. So I'm curious lang, no, nung time na yon, a little bit of a throwback. Would you know if Aquino Center is one of the first few venues in the area, or nung time na inaugurate siya is marami na ding iba pang mga venues there?
Um, in terms of enclosed, and that capacity, there
Ah,
was only one, and the rest are
in size.
uh, smaller in size, and usually they're connected with a restaurant. It's like
Wala
a
siya yung parang venue lang,
Venue
venue
lang
lang
siya,
pala.
yes, so venue.
Oo, okay.
We had one convention center, but it was not air conditioned. It was big. But yan nga, during that time that it opened, medyo nag-deteriorate na siya. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, 1980s pa siya or late 80s or early 1990s pa siya when we started. And yun nga,
Uh-huh.
hindi siya air conditioned. So,
Okay.
Aquino Center during that time was the only air conditioned venue na ganong kalaki yung capacity. Yun.
Right.
So,
Oh,
around
yeah.
which is around 300 if it's a
Mm-hmm.
wedding. Si
Mm-hmm.
Senator Bam had actually um they had their second reception in Aquino
Ah.
Center. So, di ba they got
Oh.
married in the south, in
Uh-uh.
Tagaytay, and then later on,
They
afterwards,
had another one in
yeah, kasi the
ano.
other one
Yeah.
kasi is intimate lang yung mga relatives nila, di ba? And
Uh-uh.
then yung next
Yeah.
one, um, they did it in Aquino Center. And they used the whole facility. It was not
Yeah.
just the grand ballroom,
So from the ballroom to the garden to the museum
museum
side.
lobby. Yes, yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
They used it. They used it
Yeah.
all. Yon.
'Di ba? Sarap ko mag-describe 'no kasi napuntahan ko na siya, guys.
Yes.
Kaya kailangan puntahan nyo din. Lalo na yan, shout out sa mga team replay natin if you're watching right now and you're looking at venues in the Central Luzon area. So this one is in Tarlac. So wait, shout out muna natin yung ating viewers here. So Miss Bani, hello watching from Pangasinan. O
Ah,
yun. And
wow.
then Chini, yes, watching from Rizal. Hello everyone. Yes, so keep the comments coming, guys, because your comments, you will be part of the weekly raffle. Basta mag-comment lang kayo. Just engage with us. Okay. So, Miss Karen, here's my question to you about venues, no? Ano yung mga factors that you would say that soon to weds or clients should consider when they choose a venue? Yan. Actually, feeling ko, nasagot ko to dun sa video natin. Meron tayong video nito. Tinanong ko to
Mm-mm.
sa'yo. Pero, yes, for this episode on Spotlight, if you could enlighten our soon to weds, ano ba yung mga factors na yan?
Okay. I think number one, ang likely to consider, well, kasi 'di ba whenever you interview me, I also put myself in kunyari ako yung bride, 'di ba? And naging bride naman din ako. Ano yung mga kinonsider ko nung namimili? But number one is location. Who will be my visitors? Where will they be coming from? Will it be easy for them to find my venue? Kasi 'di ba nag-i-invite ka, mayroon kang gusto. So you want that it could be easily accessed or madali siyang hanapin. Okay? Unless na you have other priorities. So number one is location. Then you have to consider the capacity of the venue. How many guests will you be how many guests will you be inviting, 'di ba? And then at the same time, uh, are you planning for an indoor or are you planning for an outdoor kind of wedding, or you are planning for both? Yeah, you have a reception, you have a ceremony for the garden, and then later on, the reception will be indoor. Okay. And then of course, yung mga iba ang priority naman nila when looking for a venue would be the uh, how ano ba magiging look ng aking venue. There are those who prefer garden wedding kasi gusto nila greeneries, gusto nila very fresh sa eyes. Although meron iba that they will do it indoor, and ayan na ang ating mga papasok sa ating mga event stylist na who will be sila ang magagawa ng magic para maging kung ano yung kind of theme na gusto natin. The other things that you have to consider, magpapalagay ka ba ng trusses, magpapalagay ka ba ng fairy lights or mga ganon. So you think of will this venue be appropriate for the things that you are thinking about for your priorities in looking for a venue. Um, what else? Right now with the pandemic, we also have to consider na rin yung safety. Okay? Safety natin. at saka ng ating mga suppliers, and I mean sorry, suppliers and our guests. So does the venue follow the protocols? Do they make sure that they coordinate properly with the IATF or with the LGUs or with the other co-suppliers to make sure na maayos yung hindi lang maayos, hindi lang memorable, pero your guest will be safe whenever they are in your in your venue, in the venue that you choose. And ano pa ba? Those are the top things that you usually try to consider. So as I mentioned, with the location, the capacity, the flexibility of the design of the venue, and then of course number one, another one would be the facilities. Are they clean? Maayos ba? Meron ka bang parking? Meron ka bang PWD na provision? Baka meron kang family na PWD. And then yun nga, safe and secure and the following the protocols, di ba? Yun.
Nag-take down notes ba kayo, guys? May quiz tayo mamaya. Ang ganda ng lahat ng sinabi ni Miss Karen, no? So, and this is actually very much applicable, lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemic, yung social distancing, making sure that you choose a venue that is large enough so that whether mag-alert 3, alert
Level
4,
3.
or
Oh, yeah,
ano mga level yan, is possible pa din matuloy yung wedding mo, 'di ba?
that's true. Yeah,
Yes,
yun, yun.
oo. Yes. Okay, and I just wanna do a testimonial, a quick testimonial. It's my first time to go to Tarlac, and hindi ako naligaw, 'di ba? And in fact, when we went there, I had an engagement all the way to from Calamba, Laguna. So imagine nyo, from Calamba, Laguna, all the way to Tarlac, 'di ba? Ano ako, south to north. But hindi kami naligaw. In fact, maaga pa nga kami, 'di ba, pagdating namin doon. So, well, thanks to yung mga skyway, mga special na mga kalsada na 'yan. So, napakadali at napaka-accessible. So, something about the location that you mentioned, no, na
Mm-mm.
na parang if you're looking for a place, it would be disastrous if yung nilagay mo na pin sa iba napunta, which I've already experienced in a venue. I'm not gonna say kung anong venue, pero na-experience ko na yon na nandun na ako sa map, tapos nag-grab lang ako noon. Tapos, tapos binaba niya ako sa isang lugar mali. So, kaya important yung location. Tsaka tama yung pin sa Waze at saka sa Google Map, okay? So, thank you for the wonderful question, Miss Karen. So, now, let me head over to my next question here. Okay, so my next question is, let's go dive into the Aquino Center. Like, Aquino Center. Kasi yung sagot mo kayo na generic. We can apply it to any kind of venue if you are considering on choosing a venue. But now, what would you say is the best feature of the Aquino Center? Yan.
Um, kung i-check mo yung sinabi ko, check kami sa lahat na yon. Ganun.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
as a whole, I can say the best feature of Aquino Center is actually the design of the whole center, the way that the architectural design of the whole center, um, the way it was done is very actually na-realize ko nga ngayon with the pandemic, ang galing ng pagka-design ng ano namin ng mga events ng mga venues namin. Na posibleng hindi sila magkita-kita. And at the same time, hindi kagaya ng in ng mga other indoors na okay, for example, there's a hotel, you will have to go to the main lobby and close na siya hanggang papasok ka pa dun sa hahanapin pa yung grand ballroom and ano. The structural design of the Aquino Center is upon entering the driveway, our big driveway, there's just the main receiving area na siya, which is open air. Then we have the garden already there, or on the right side is the museum lobby, and then on the left side is the grand ballroom. The grand ballroom, in case naman you have what do you call this one? There's also a lobby for the grand ballroom. It's bago ka papasok sa grand ballroom, which is supposedly during before the pandemic, it was meant for cocktails. But right
Mhm.
now, uh, ang maganda sa Aquino Center, right, na 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 naging plus sa amin, despite being having a pandemic, sometimes our clients actually choose to have their cocktails in the garden first. They have that option to have the cocktails or even their ceremony. So parang so ceremony first in an open air, and then cocktails also in the open air. Then they can move to the reception after their ceremony. Na gusto naman nila malamigan dahil during the program, syempre mas mahaba yung program, they want a comfortable area. Now, for example, umuulan, okay? Umuulan, so um, they cannot have a cup, they cannot have it in the garden. We had a time na they chose naman the museum lobby as their cocktail area. Diba usually kasi, right now, meron tayong portion of the wedding na merong empty venue shoot, 'di ba? 'Pag
Yes.
empty venue shoot, dapat walang guest na nandun, and usually that's after the ceremony or after the ano. And usually the people usually go to the venue na mismo. So kung you have options, you have a museum, another venue to have your cocktails, whether enclosed or whether open, uh, you can have that drama na makapag photo shoot pa, and you can also have your time to enjoy the venue kasi may iba parang hindi na nila nakikita yung venue eh, na hindi
Mm.
nila na-appreciate na empty, na ganitong pagkaayos kasi 'pag dumating sila nandiyan yung mga guest nila, medyo kabado na sila. So yun yung that's one thing that I appreciated more actually with our center, with what happened, na the structure, the architectural structure, and by the way, the designs actually under Manyosa. So kaya Francisco Manyosa. Kaya talagang pinag-isipan ang pagkagawa ng museum, ng
Mm.
buong center. So parang
Mm.
nag-complement tuloy lahat ng mga venues namin for
Yeah.
this kind of situation, 'di ba?
Yes, in the pandemic, 'di ba?
Yes,
Wonderful. Good point yung binanggit ni Miss Carrie, no? In the past, hindi naman uso yung pagkakaroon ng empty. They call it the empty ballroom shot. Right? So then yung
yes,
parang bonggang-bonggang gown, ganyan, with the lightings, with the decorations. So hindi naman yun uso before, but recently because couples have been spending a little extra money on stylists. So medyo malaking ginastos nila. So they want to be able to capture that moment na kumbaga hindi pa nagugulo yung arrangement. So parang
yes.
picture perfect pa lahat, and then they capture a photo, bride and groom kissing and all that. So that's the empty ballroom shot. So yes, wonderful points na having a cocktail area would be very crucial kasi hindi mo magagawa yung empty ballroom shot kung walang pagsistayan yung mga tao.
That's
Yun.
true.
Kasi
Mm.
kawawa saan sila kawawa naman sila, 'di ba? So
May iba kasi may iba din, they don't like to meet before the ceremony, 'di ba? Merong mga iba
yeah,
meron pa mga traditional na,
mamingin.
"No, we cannot see each other." So they really want, after nung ano nila, ng wedding nila, ng ceremony nila, yun.
Tsaka
So so
yes.
so besides the architectural design of Aquino Center, kasi sabi ko nga eh, our event stylists really love dressing up Aquino Center dahil nga they have this, lagi lang they said it's very flexible, especially with the high ceiling, and pwede nilang madaling ayusin. Even the garden is very simple and dating, very green. They can do a lot of they can be very creative. And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
added to that, I would say also that another feature of the Aquino Center, which is a plus for us, are the people within. Um, Most of us in the Aquino Center have been here for quite some time. And we
Mhm.
already know, minsan, we really make an effort to tell them na this is how weddings are. Kasi siya most of the time, hindi nila alam ano mo yan. This is how weddings are. Parang nagiging semi-event coordinators kami. Pero for free, in a sense na we tell them, we give them an advice, ganito, is how you choose your suppliers, this happens with your wedding, gano'n. Pero of course, iba pa rin meron silang event coordinator, di ba? Iba pa rin yun.
Yes.
Kami lang,
Yes.
parang initially, yun. So, I saw that with everyone, even we, kasi from the front office to the housekeeping and even to the security guards namin. I can see the harmony every time we have events, and they really have this parang their love for their work
Mhm.
na nalalabas para sa mga sa mga aming mga clients, na they will really appreciate how yung buong ano nila, yung buong event nila. Yan. Parang
Yes.
actually, for most of the time, hindi napapansin ang mga venue suppliers, eh. Ay, ang
Yes.
venue o the venue suppliers, parang 'pag nagkakaroon ng mga ano, 'di ba, ng, thanks, gano'n, yung venue nakakalimutan minsan i-mention. Pero kung
Ah.
tutuusin, we are just at the background, pero kami alam na namin, kami rin mismo nag-a-advise namin sa host, ganito ang puwedeng posibleng mangyari, ganito, or kumbaga, kailangan na mag-dim ng lights, gano'n.
Mhm.
Ready na kami lahat, yung mga gano'n. That's why
Yes.
we always
Mhm.
coordinate. We always wanted to be in coordination with the event coordinators or the clients, para we also know na ano yung possible na puwedeng mangyari, and what are the things that we can help while you're having your venue, while having your event, yun.
Yes. So, 'di ba kaya sabi ko sa inyo guys, 'di ba, hindi lang venue ang datingan ni Miss Karen. When you go there, you will feel na it's more than just the like as a venue na ni-rent mo lang siya. Okay. So, you mentioned something about the pandemic, and of course, with the pandemic there comes the protocol. So, I would like to find out what are the protocols that are being implemented in Aquino Center. Ayan,
Okay.
with the COVID-19.
We follow the minimum protocols. So, 'di ba there we have this alert level 1, 2, and 3, and 4, mga gano'n. Well,
Mhm,
with Aquino Center, na-experience pa lang namin is alert level 2 and 3, okay? Or
mhm,
minsan nakakalito na yung MGCQ and everything. But the minimum that we had right now at alert level 3 is, they should be they should be wearing mask,
mhm,
face mask. Nung before, nag-face shield pa, pero ngayon hindi na. So, face mask, and since ngayon marami ng vaccinated, and even our LGU required na upon entering the venue, meron silang papakita yung vaccination
yes,
card nila.
yes,
So, on the side of the guest, yun yung mga usual na rini-require. On our end, we make sure that when the guests arrive, we have the guests and the suppliers arrive, naka-prepare yung foot disinfection bath, and then we have of course taking their thermometer, their temperature to our thermometer, and then of course alcohol, and then we also have our health declaration pa rin, kasi it's a requirement by
for
the
contact
Department
tracing.
of Tourism and IATF on that. But on our backhand, I mean, sa backstage naman, or before the event happens, we do disinfection. So,
Mhm, yes.
we do UV, but the UV is usually a day before and after the event. Um,
Mhm,
uh, pag an pag tuloy-tuloy yung event, then in between events, we really do UV and fogging. So those are the things that we do, our protocol as a venue for our for our clients. And of course, the usual disinfection, spray, and cleaning
yes.
the surfaces, ganon, and limiting also the number of people. So, di ba, pag alert level 3, uh,
Mhm,
we're only allowed 30% for indoor, 50% for outdoor, and then
Mhm.
pag alert level 2, 50% naman indoor, 70% outdoor. So we follow those things. And
Mhm.
so yun mga thing, yun ang mga bagay na pina-follow namin. And we are constantly in coordination with IATF to pag meron mga special cases na for example yung before there was a time na bawal ang senior. So
Mhm.
sometimes ang senior, yung parents ang senior, 'di ba?
Yes. Oh, more than likely, yun talaga
Yeah.
siya, 'di ba?
So yun.
Yeah.
So
So, but
we
that's
also
really that's it's really great, no, Miss Karen, now, knowing that your venue implements all these different protocols. So, guys, now when you are looking at a venue for your wedding, those are important questions that you should be asking. Kung ano ba yung mga protocols that they implement as well. Okay. So, Miss Karen, you know naman here in Worldwide Weddings TV, we always like to put our wedding experts to the test. So this is the moment where we bring in a special guest, a guest bride, to ask you questions live. Yan. So I'm excited to bring in our Worldwide Weddings bride. Let's bring her on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Eunice.
Hi, good evening po. Hi.
hi, good
Hi.
evening.
Good evening, Eunice. Bati ka muna. When is your wedding and
Yes, my
where? Ayan.
yes, ang wedding po is on May 7 this year. So malapit na. Here in
Malapit na.
Lucena po siya.
In
Yes.
Lucena. Oh,
Yes po.
wow. Okay. Congratulations. Batiin mo naman muna yung iyong fiancé. Nanonood ba siya? Dapat manood siya.
Required po, required.
Required siyang manood, yes. At saka yung mga likes ka mo. Mag-comment na din sa chat box.
Yes,
Alright,
magsishare
so
din siya.
mag-share na din siya, like, tag, and share. Okay, so I know you have some questions and Eunice, thank you for being our guest bride, no? Your questions will definitely be helpful not only for yourself but also to other viewers na mga soon to weds. All right, so
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, ang question ko po, Miss Karen, is since during this pandemic, medyo mahirap kasi yung sa booking ng venue. So, how far in advance can I make a reservation at your venue?
Actually, right now, nagbago. Dati, pre-pandemic, dahil nga madaming nagbo-book, we really require them and request them at least a year or 6 months before. Right now kasi, um, we realize that it's so, tawag doon, sobrang daming pabago-bago. So, we are very flexible. Uh, 6 months to few months is okay. Kasi nga, di ba minsan nag-change siya after 15 days, ganon. And then nararattle din yung mga, I mean, di ba every end of the month and every 15th, nagkakaroon ng changes minsan. So, hindi na kami ganong ka-stricto. But, of course, if you have a certain date that you really want, then at least siguro sana 6 months, ganon. But we have had um, mga weddings ngayon na biglaan. Kasi when,
Mhm.
kumbaga, they already plan their kung sino yung mga suppliers nila and everything. Pag biglang biglang nag-okay yung situation, oh, can we have the wedding na by this time? As long as, kasi di naman may time kasi mga visitors nila is within the province na lang or within the region na lang eh. So it was easy for them to book agad, parang gano'n. Oh, ma'am, we're planning to have our wedding on after a month or two. Okay pa ba? Ang ano ko lang, okay naman as long as I tell them what are the requirements right now na meron tayong pandemic. And if you're okay to follow that, so wala naman problema. So, yun. So, right now, as long as wala kayong date na hinahabol and walang wala kayong makalaban sa booking date, we're not 6 months could be okay. Pero yon, if you have a special date that you want, especially mga December, one year talaga pag mga ganong mga dates, yung mga peak seasons,
Pixie.
1 year talaga. Or right now nga, at least 6 months ngayon. May mga clients ako ngayon pa lang sila nagbo-book for December. Kasi nga, 'di ba, ang medyo our situation right now is different. Pero siguro if it was pre-pandemic, you have to book na a year before, parang
Yes,
'yun.
thank you, ma'am. So another question po. So how do you structure the payment schedule? So does it cover service charges, the gratuity, the cleaning fees, or are those the additional line items?
Um, on our end, if you want a certain date, you have to pay the 50% na. And then, depends on how far your event will be. Minsan nagbibigay kami ng leeway. Kunyari, matagal pa after a year. May iba pa nga after a year and a half. So what we do is
50%.
50% first, and then after a few months would be the 25%, and then on the a month of your event, or a month of your event, that's the time that na i-complete mo. Um, we have other charges, but we have other charges such as the security bond. It is more on for the suppliers. Kasi we have regular suppliers na. So yung mga regular and non-regular, meron kaming what we call a security bond. That's na before the event they have to parang security deposit that they have to give. um Corkages, that depends on what they will be bringing in. Like sa amin kasi may may iba, they will say we need to cook the lechon baka. Kasi dahil nga meron kaming outdoor 'yun. So, yun we charge, may additional charges kami for mga lechon 'pag meron silang lechon baka, lechon baboy, or minsan lechon tupa, 'yun ang mga additional. Pero cleaning fees, of course, um, kasama na 'yon sa ano namin, kasama na 'yon sa fees namin.
So another question po, last question.
Yes,
Is
okay lang.
there is there a policy for regarding cancellations? Kasi syempre yung pandemic is medyo unstable yung panahon natin. So is there a
Yes.
policy regarding that?
Right now, actually, even before the pandemic, the only pag magka-cancel, they really have to pay. So, that depends din kung how kasi may case to case basis. Minsan kasi nag-book na, pero after a week naghiwalay or something, mga gano'n. Um, Supposedly hindi na cancel, hindi ano na 'yon, hindi na refundable 'yon. Um, Madalang yung cases na we allow refund. It's talagang, you will have hindi pwede makapag-refund. During the pandemic, the only reason we allowed the cancellations was those events during the ECQ, the first few months. When the government already allowed having events, uh, hindi na kami nag-ano ng cancellations, hindi na kami pumayag ng cancellations. What they can do is they have an option to move the date. So instead of canceling, to move the date. If they really don't like to continue with the events, no more na, we cannot refund it na. Yun.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Karen.
Yes, wonderful questions. No, I love the questions of Eunice. These are all real talk questions. Yan yung mga tipong hindi natin naiisip. Parang excited lang tayo, "Uy, maganda yung venue, ganyan, ganyan." But these are yung mga tinatawag lang fine print. Right,
Yes.
and it really pays to be informed, so that you can all make informed decisions. So thank you so much, Eunice. We appreciate your
Thank you
time
po.
today.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you
and good
po.
luck in
Thank you.
your wedding this coming May.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you po.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Wow, Miss Karen, well answered, ah. Nahihirapan ka pa sa mga question ni Eunice. Pero totoo yun, no, Miss Karen, no? These are some of the, little details that people
Yes.
don't see, but are
Oo.
also important, you know.
The cancellation right now is very important.
Yes, very important.
So,
Kailangan clear yun at the start, no, before you
yes.
even sign
Mm-mm.
in.
Kasi right now, may mga venues talaga na sorry, there's no cancellation. It's either may iba pa nga no no ano eh, talagang hindi ka
No
pwedeng
change.
mag-rebook. Oo,
Oo.
hindi ka pwedeng mag-change ng date, gano'n. May mga venues na gano'n din, especially yung mga malalaki na, 'di ba? And, of course, business is
Yes.
business for them. So,
Yes.
yun. That's why, ako, I had an event. It was not, the venue is free kasi it's our place naman. Um, I had to tell the people na paano kung I had to ask them na, o paano kung biglang mag-spike ang ano and then magkaroon ng different alert level and then kasi we were afraid na biglang magsasabi ang LGU na no events.
Mm-hmm.
Yung mga gano'n kasi there was the first few months of the pandemic gano'n sila eh, parang bawal events talaga. So, ang ano namin is consideration. And then, ang isa pang nangyayari ngayon, yung biglang magka-positive si bride or si groom or
Oh,
ano,
yeah. Yeah, or an
yon.
important member of the family, yeah.
Yes, or
Yeah.
yung mom or yung dad, basta
Yeah.
immediate family, biglang nagkaroon ng nag-COVID positive. Doon tayo medyo flexible and ano, we talk
So
to them.
kumbaga, for that kind of scenario, it can still be rebooked to another date,
Yes,
but pero
yes,
we cannot
yes.
refund it. Yes.
Yes, but no more refund, no.
Uh,
Kasi rules ng IATF 9 and DTI says you already know that there's a pandemic. Okay? Parang it's a risk that you want to do, 'di ba? So, ganun.
yes.
So, kasi kawawa rin naman yung mga businesses kung every time na lang ka-cancel mo or every time na lang ganyan
Yes.
ang gagawin mo. Uh,
Tama.
may hirapan din ang mga businesses. Yun.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Karen. And of course, you are part of season 3 of Worldwide Weddings. Why don't you invite all of them? And if you have your promotions and discounts already, please tell us all about it so that all of our soon to weds can watch out for your promotions.
Okay, so season 3, 1, 2, 3, and more seasons to come for worldwide weddings. But for season 3, if you're gonna book at Aquino Center, if you're gonna book a double venue, you would like to use the garden for your ceremony or for your cocktails, and then or the museum lobby, and then the grand ballroom for your main reception area. We're going to give you a 5,000 less okay discount for double venue events. For the single venue events, we'll be giving away some discounts also, minimal discounts compared to having a double venue booking. Ayun.
Mhm.
We may free use of the venue also for photo shoots and and well the museum there's also free use for a free entrance to the museum for your guests na kasi may iba-ibang guests tayo na comes from different provinces or from different countries, so we can give you free museum
Yes.
tours also. Yan.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful guys. Ano ako doon na testimonial. The museum tour was amazing. I'm not much of a historian and hindi rin ako mahilig sa history books, but you know what, going there makes you feel like yes, we're going through Philippine history right here. So highly recommended, guys. Okay, so thank you once again, Miss Karen, the Aquino Center. For all of our soon to weds who are watching, please remember to like our Facebook page and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this is Worldwide Weddings, and we invite you to sign up and be one of our soon to wed. So we'll flash the link. That's worldwidewedingspage.com/sign up. So sign up, guys, para makasama kayo as part. If you book Aquino Center, every 1,000 peso purchase is equivalent to one raffle coupon, and you will get a chance to win 100,000 pesos. 'Di ba? Not bad yun, Miss Karen. Sana yung next winner natin is nag-book sa Aquino Center.
Yes, yes, please, please.
Yes, okay. Thank you, everyone. Once again, this is Janie Rabe, your host of Worldwide Weddings, helping Filipino brides and grooms around the world. Thank you, Miss Karen.
Thank you, Janae.
Bye bye.